Sup? Welcome to my top 10 worst lists of 2015. As you can see, bit of a change from the last list. Oh, and by the way, if you haven't seen my top 10 best films of the year, they're right here in a nice fancy annotation. Good? Alright, 40 minutes long, just to let you know. Do ramble on a bit. I'm trying to cut that a bit short this time, because this time, shoo. Probably enough. I'm not going to animate that. Because now, it's a bit different. It's the flip side. It's the worst list. Hair's a bit messed up. I'm not wearing a suit to celebrate. I'm just wearing a jacket and a t-shirt of a good movie, which is Alien. Oh, I'm also wearing trousers and pants and that, but that's none of your business because you can't see that. That's at the bottom of the camera. I'm not showing you that. That's some behind the scenes stuff. That's personal. You don't know me like that. Okay, that's a bit harsh. But anyway, my trousers and lower half aside, this is the top 10 worst list. Because this video is so edgy, so over the line, so bloody Harry Potter that I'm gonna add more zooms in for no reason. Zooming over there and zooming over there. Zooming on my face. Zooming on my clock. Yeah, I went there. If I had some sunglasses, I'd put them on right now. But it's indoors. So I don't want to look like a douche. What did I already do? Well, I'm joking. It's probably just gonna be me a bit ranting a lot about these movies, but with the same way that you now know me a bit. Have some fun. It's good times. And now I'm doing the worst list. And I want to before the end of January, or before it just seems ridiculous. I procrastinate sometimes. I apologise for that. Oh, and by the way, if you're watching this before the best list, you're edgy. Thank you for that. That's very beyond the norm. But anyway, okay. If you can't be bothered to watch the best list and me explain the rules of these top 10 lists, I'm not going to do it again because I just want to get this bloody over with. But still have fun. Quite enjoy it. Now, okay then, like last time, we're going to have some honourable mentions. Actually, in fact, one honourable mention. Because like I said in my last video, I saw, yes, quite a few movies. And I had many options to put on that best list because there was a lot of good movies I saw because it looked interesting, or I simply heard it was good and I went to go and see it. And I was glad because apparently it was good most of the time. But for the worst list, when I see a movie and literally everyone says it's crap, then normally I'm kind of reluctant to go see it because yes, I like movies, but I kind of don't like my time being wasted. Like, yeah, I could be using my time better, like sitting in bed and doing nothing. Okay, that's a bad example. But when it says you won't have a good time, it's a waste of your money. It's not fun. And I'm like, I'm not really in the mood to go to the cinema and no, I'll have a bad time, but go see it anyway. So, some movies that you think would be on here that you heard was really bad, might not be. Because, I heard it was crap, and I didn't want my time being wasted, and I just didn't want to watch a crap film, but I didn't. But films that are on this list and were crap, could be, I know, because I had to see it to believe it, or it looked interesting of how crap it was, or literally I didn't hear anything about it, and I went in and I found it crap, even if some people said it was alright. But I found it crap. But on a final note, before I do say my one honourable mention, is the fact that bloody forgot it. Is the fact that like I just said, when putting all the movies I said were terrible together, it was kind of below 10 because of the amount of movies I just didn't want to see because I didn't want to see a crap film. But so at the beginning of this list, you might go, if you did see it, or if you heard about it, like, that wasn't that bad. And yeah, I don't really think it's one of the worst of the year. But it's either very disappointing or below average. And so the beginning list, I didn't really particularly enjoy that much. But, you know, to make it a top 10 list and not make it a top 6 list, which doesn't make any sense, I put those on there. But don't worry, towards the end, we'll find some good ones. Oh boy. Honourable mention. For my first honourable mention, it is Pixels. My one honourable mention. You might be thinking from literally, I don't know, every review I read saying how awful it is. Like, oh, it's one of the worst Adam Sandler films, one of the worst of the year. It is the worst film of the year. Why is it only an honourable mention? Because I didn't think it was that bad. Let me elaborate. Yes, that's the word in the English language. Now, Pixels, I thought, like many people, the concept of having retro video game characters just invade Earth, I thought that was quite interesting, even if it was based off like a YouTube video. I thought like that's a pretty cool concept. I mean, I don't know, if it's meant to be a family film, I doubt all the 5-year-olds would know who Cuba or Pac-Man is. But, you know, it seems quite interesting. But then I heard, like, Adam Sandler and some of the friends are in it. Even Peter Dinklage from... Well, I know him from Days of Future Past, and... Yeah, I don't watch much TV. And, so, yeah, seeing this from Adam Sandler, people had their doubts, so I was like... alright then. I just know, I haven't seen that many Adam Sandler films. I heard they're crap. But I think Happy Gilmore was like one of my favourite comedies, and I watched 5 minutes of Jack and Jill with my friends before it was making our ears bleed so much, and I think it was about to kill us that we just stopped watching. Bit over the top, but anywho, Pixels. But when I did watch it, you know, okay, it had flaws. It had many flaws. It had the Adam Sandler cliche. Some jokes were just plain awful, didn't land, wasn't funny at all to me, and some of the CGI effects were quite just not that above the bar. Like they do like a Max Headroom, if you know who he is. He had a CGI, even for someone who tried to look like a bloody video game character, it looked so fake. But you know, I guess that was the excuse of the video game character, so it could look fake if it wants. And it has many plot holes. One of the film with most plot holes of the year. I would, you know, I don't know if I could spoil it. Do people really care at all about this movie? I don't know. Let me think of an example. At one point, Peter Dinklage puts a cheat code into a car to teleport it when fighting off a giant Pac-Man. Okay, like many people will explain. Number one is this is the real world that has video game characters come to life. How could you teleport a car? Number two, where would you put a cheat code in the car? There's like a little button on the steering wheel. Pixels, I found it entertaining. Yes, I found it entertaining. I didn't find it awful or god awful. Some jokes I found funny, and that mainly had to do with the voice of Olaf acting really weird. But I don't know. I found that funny. And I don't know, I found some of like, I don't know, fighting a video game character was quite entertaining. But yes, the cliches with like, as soon as Adam Sandler just bumps into this random hot mom, it's like, and they stare at each other for a moment. Yeah, I knew exactly how what was going to happen with them two. And then there was the plot holes and the really just weird, disturbing, lazy moments that they couldn't just give a crap. Like for example, how, and it's going to say this out of context, the voice of Olaf has sex with basically Cuba, who's a young lady, who's like a attractive lady, and it shows them having babies and they all look like Cuba. So yeah, oh man, that was one of the best movies of the year. But Pixels, honorable mention because, well, I found it had flaws, but I found it passable, with a few good moments, but still a lot of flaws. But literally every worst list has this on it, so I feel obligated to just put it somewhere, mention it somewhere in this video. And it's the one honourable mention, so that shortens the time length. Yeah, still wouldn't recommend it though. I mean, like, it's entertaining, it's passable. Okay, number 10, here we go, good times. Actually, I'm just going to mention one more honourable mention is Terminator Genesis, because that's how it's spelled. I don't know, some people have this on their worst list. I'll just mention this also. It's very convoluted. It makes the Terminator continuity more confusing than the X-Men continuity. It tries to be something new, but it isn't. It just makes it just very dumb, just grounded down action movie that's, you know, lot less smarter than bloody Terminator 2. In fact, it actually erases Terminator 2. people say it's the best Terminator movie. I don't know, I kinda like the first one a bit more. Just me. But yeah. Special effects were good though. There you go, honourable mention. You're enjoying this one more than the last one so far, aren't you? No? Okay. Number 10 is Home by DreamWorks. Alright, it's a kids film for like 6-year-olds. Why am I picking on a film for 6-year-olds, even if it is at number 10? Why is it on the list anyway? Because I didn't like it that much. I found it below average, especially for something by DreamWorks, who gave us like the bloody, like, How to Train Your Dragon films and other really good DreamWorks film. Shrek 2. I can't. Kung Fu Panda 1 and 2. I can't think of anything else. Shark Tale, no. But even for DreamWorks, I just found this film really childish and juvenile. None of the jokes were thought through. None of them actually really landed. And, you know, there was a few pop culture references that really just made me cringe. A lot of the film made me cringe. Like, it was like overly all family. Families all. It was like all very cheesy at moments. But again, it's a film about a little purple thing voiced by that guy from the Big Bang Theory who just milks the same thing over and over, you know, of acting really odd and very monotoned, and, you know, like, this sofa, it feels very strange due to the molecules. I never watched the show. I just assume, actually no, somewhat stole that joke from somewhere, but, you know, just watching a clip of it, I could already see that. Then I had to see the guy in those, like, bloody car adverts. But anyway, Home, not one of DreamWorks' best. Yes, again, based off something for 6-year-olds. It's for 6-year-olds. But as a 16-year-old who went and saw because it's an animated film, I got nothing better to do. I didn't find it that great. Yeah, I just found it very below the bar. Very just tamed. Just a bit childish and just meh. That's what is that number 10? I think meh gets it on now. Okay, I'm really trying here, alright? Number 9 is Chappie. Yeah, good thing I didn't put this above, like, good thing I didn't make this bloody worse than a DreamWorks film, huh? But anywho, Chappie. Now, okay. There was a lot of, well, I wouldn't say good, but saying the film is okay. I was very very much looking forward to the, those are words, forward to the film. I was looking forward to this film because, you know, it's like a RoboCop, like, I don't know, I mainly think of RoboCop. I'm sure there's other examples that I can't really remember right now. I'm looking at the copy iRobot. Does that count? No. Actually, wouldn't those robots police in that film? I feel like I'm having a conversation. You can actually answer back. But anyway, I'll Google that later. Actually, no, I'm not. Chappie. Why is this on here? Is it just because it's, I don't know, like, it maybe has 2 floors and that's why it's on here? Well, it has, I'll just definitely say it has, it's like 20% better, has more good than bad. The special effects are outstanding. I mean, it actually felt like there were bloody robots running around. The special effects are amazing, but it comes from the director of District 9 and Elysium. Elysium, I thought was alright for Matt Damon. I'd rather him in Martian, obviously, because it's the bloody Martian. And he grows potatoes, he doesn't in Elysium. And District 9 is possibly one of my favourite films, like, it's up there. Heck, I'm looking at my copy right now. It's all down there. And obviously everyone loves District 9, and that is, I wouldn't say it's overrated, but people do talk about it a lot. But for Chappie, it has an interesting idea, not a brand new, not an original idea. I think, you know, of like, I don't know, an AI and what's it be to be human? A lot like Ex Machina. I have like Ex Machina at number 8 and this is at number 9. Coincidence? Well, I don't know. But Chappie, what my main reason is the gangsters in the film, because I don't want to spoil too much. But in the film, Chappie, who's like a guy invents an AI, and like he's learning. He's like a child, but then these gangsters take him away and basically make him an a-hole. Make him this really like immature, ignorant little bastard. And gangsters are actually rappers, like musicians, and they can't act. In fact, they really annoyed me because the film keeps trying to make me like them, and I didn't like them. I thought they were horrible, and it started to make me find Chappie annoying. And heck, during the end, it trying to make me sympathise with the bloody gangsters, and that made me just laugh. Not out loud, of course, because like something happens to the characters, and I wouldn't just go ha, because they seem a bit sick. Why does sick mean bad now? Well, it does mean bad, but what does it mean good? I don't like being sick isn't great. I don't like that. But anyway, topical humour aside, Chappie, yeah. Oh, and Hugh Jackman acts like a bloody cartoon in it. Like, oh, I don't like him making robot. Please, they should use my robot from bloody RoboCop, the big one that shoots the guy. That was there also. Hey, another coincidence to RoboCop. Man, that film sure loves RoboCop. We're getting there. Number 8. Why do I say it like that? Number 8, Get Hard. Am I really that desperate enough to put just a terrible Will Ferrell comedy on this list? Yes, I am. It makes up a top 10. Get Hard. No title has ever been more bloody elegant and Shakespearean in my life. Get Hard, I hate saying that, is a comedy that came out last year. And at first, when seeing it, I admit I chuckled at a few jokes. You know, just from some moments just being so absurd and over the top. And having Kevin Hart, and I find him funny. Being in it, I did chuckle a few moments. But then I realised, after going out, that basically every single joke was either something about being raped in prison or a gay joke. And they basically do that like 100 times in the movie, just putting it in your head that that's apparently what happens. You get raped in prison. In case you didn't know, Get Hard knows what he's talking about. He's the movie, not a person. If it was a person, probably hate it. Hate her, him, I don't know. Anyway, Get Hard. This thing that, like, yes, this isn't on really anyone's worst list I've seen, but a lot of people just didn't like it either. I mean, we're going out like, oh, that was alright, I guess. But then thinking about it, I realised how it's a bit immature. It's a very immature movie, and with those, again, a few jokes I found funny, but that doesn't save it. And even towards the end, it was trying to be more than it was, which was just a way to get Will Ferrell and Kevin Hart together in a movie. Now they have Daddy Soon, which is Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg, which I haven't seen yet, and I don't know if I want to. Oh man, next one, Will Ferrell and I don't know, Macaulay Culkin. That has to be the thing. Yeah, there you go, summed it up. Next one. Number 7, Absolutely Anything. Haven't heard this one? Well, if you're British, you probably have. It's a film about Simon Pegg. And then aliens, voiced by Monty Python stars, give him the power to do. But basically, and when seeing the trailer and hearing that synopsis, I thought, wow, that's a very intriguing idea. So many possibilities. Man, I wish good thing they're making a movie about that. But then I remembered, they already did, is Bruce Almighty, which was done a lot better, and has Jim Carrey in it. But just know, Simon Pegg, I absolutely love Simon Pegg. Probably my bro, soon to be husband. Just kidding. That's David Tennant. Ha, no. But man can dream. Anywho, I like Simon Pegg. He's actually one of my inspiration motivations for becoming an actor, because he I think at first he was just that British actor, and now he's in bloody Star Trek and worked on Star Wars. And it's in Mission Impossible, one of my favourite franchises, so he's made it quite big. And him in this, I mean, he's good, because, you know, he's a good actor. But this movie doesn't really, you know, live up to the potential I thought it was. Not like Pixels. Which also has a lot of CGI, like this movie. The CGI is also passable. The aliens doesn't really work, voiced by Monty Python, and it's also really weird. And for a movie that I think is like, I don't know, 12, and I think it's somewhat for the family, it had a lot of bloody crude humour. Like, I don't know, I think Simon Pegg gets breasts at one point. If you hear Futurama's playing downstairs, if that's what you hear. Yeah, that was a thing. It actually came off as kind of awkward, down it trying to be funny. But, you know, we're still at the beginning of this, and I mentioned me struggling to actually put films on this list, so I found it disappointing. In fact, I wrote a bloody essay about it for my own use. I would read that to you because I'm lazy, but I'm not. Heck, it may make may remind me of what it was like, but this is how I remember what it was like. Oh, and it had Robin Williams in it. That's probably the most redeeming factor. Okay, that's sad. Next one. Number 6 is Smosh the movie. It counts as a movie, and I saw it last year. Yes, it was in the cinemas. I saw it on Netflix. I saw it on the Netflix, where all the good movies go. But the good TV shows go though. Daredevil, Jessica Jones. I'm not seeing Ridiculous 6. I would not put myself through that. Why? I've already seen Pixels. That's enough Adam Sandler for me for last year. Oh gosh. Anywho, Smosh the movie. If you don't know, Smosh are a sketch duo on YouTube. Am I a fan of them? Well, I'm subscribed to them. I mean, I watched their videos a lot. Like when I was younger, I found them entertaining, found funny. I found some of them pretty darn clever. As for silly, just weird, random humor go, which I for my personality, I find funny at times. It was good. I still find them okay. I watch them from time to time. I mean, and they seem like generally nice, creative people. But when watching their videos, like, man, this is really random and crazy and just quite creative. And then seeing a movie about basically one of them, I don't know, asking out a girl at a high school reunion, and then going into a portal to YouTube and basically see a bunch of YouTubers cameo, I'm kind of disappointed because, you know, if I see a video, a Smosh video, which includes a police officer shooting out of his nipples, man, isn't that a good first impression if you never heard these guys? I'm also recommending not to watch this movie because it's also on Netflix. But you go from that to just basically a bunch of YouTuber cameos and just a high school reunion, just the most nothing teen movie. I mean, at first I was like, oh, that was alright, but like Get Hard, I have to think about it for a while, and just maybe watching like a review or two, it knocked some sense in me. Like, Luke, just face it, it's not good. I'm like, yeah, it's not that good. I mean, I didn't bloody laugh at all, and sometimes I'm kind of forcing myself to laugh. That's what I do when watching comedies. I'm like, okay, I think they wanted me to laugh, and I just like give it a heh, just, you know, because I pitied them. and yeah, I didn't really find it funny at all, really. It was less creative than I thought it would be, and it's just a nothing movie. Nothing really happens. By the way, I watched a review, a very good review by I Hate Everything. If you ever heard that YouTube channel, I'd recommend it. It's a very good breakdown, besides me just rambling for a bit. Just kind of repeating his points, because I realise now, yeah, I feel the same way. So yeah, Smosh the movie, brilliant title. I didn't like it because it basically felt like they had to. We have to make a movie. We're big on YouTube. We kind of have to make a movie. Like next, they'll be writing a book because every YouTuber has to do that well. And I don't think they put any thought into this one because it wasn't funny. It wasn't really creative, and I don't know. It was kind of boring at moments. Very bland. So yeah, here we go again. Oh, now this one, we're getting at the ones I actually can't really hate it now. Like those were the past ones, just disappointing, below the bar, below average. These I actually would actually do get pretty mad at for someone who who's like this. I sense the anger within you, Luke. Never do that again. Okay, Hotel Transylvania 2. Another kids film intended for 6-year-olds, except this time made by Sony Pictures, who also made Cloudy with the Chance of Meatballs. When I think of that, as a kid, I found it quite fun and entertaining and funny, and also very creative. Haven't watched it in a while, so I might still like it. I haven't seen the sequel. I think they made Hop. That was a thing. Can't remember that. And they made the first Hotel Transylvania. Like Despicable Me 1 and 2, everyone bloody loved that. Taking this off because it's making me uncomfortable from me anger. Grr, so angry. Hotel Transylvania 1, like Despicable Me 1 and 2, everyone loved. Oh, it's so great, it's funny. I found it just a cliched, generic, done by the books kids film with jokes. There's some jokes I guess I found funny in Hotel Transylvania, but the pop culture references were quite painful, and it was like, oh no, it's the overprotective dad, and yeah, I've seen that quite many times now, and yes, it wasn't that bad. I mean, there were a few qualities. I mean, the animation was way too over the top and cartoony for my taste. Like how they couldn't stop moving, and some characters were just plain annoying me. And Adam Sandler, he keeps popping up here, doesn't he? And Adam Sandler, he does a good voice work, and of course he has to get all his friends on it. Ugh. But anyway, this is the second one, except this time the dad's still an overprotected dad, and it's kind of an arsehole because he's kind of forcing something on. There's many things wrong with this movie. Like some kids wouldn't see it, but I see some things wrong with it. Like throughout the entire movie, like the whole message about like be who you are, and like that Dracula, you shouldn't force this kid to be a vampire. Let him be who he wants to be, and by the end he just becomes what the dad wanted anyway. So message not sent. You have to do what you're told. If I just spoiled that for you, you're either mad about that because you're the same age and to enjoy this movie, or you must, I don't know, really like Hotel Transylvania and haven't seen it. I don't know, doesn't matter. Well, to me it doesn't. Hotel Transylvania 2. Oh, guess what? Pop culture references also very painful. Very, very painful. Oh look, he got a Sony phone and he can't tap on it because he got long fingernails. Oh look, he's the blue guy Frankenstein thing is teaching one of the monsters how to go on bloody Facebook. And oh look, they're playing a pop culture song that I hear on the radio, which is basically repeating the same line over and over again. Oh, I'm worth it, 50 times over and over, with beats that hit you in the head. I went to a nightclub once, so yeah, it's personal to me, but that no context. But anyway, Hotel Transylvania 2 it is a messy movie. It can't make his mind up. Like a villain just pops up out of nowhere in the last 10 minutes, like a movie that's going to be on later on. It has 4 in the title. Yeah, I can't guess it. Anyway, bloody Hotel Transylvania 2, yes, it's a kids movie. I don't care. I didn't like it. It's on my worst list because it has it's terrible with its message. It feels rushed. It feels like, I don't know, it has nothing to give, and basically it feels like just a TV show which made by the guy who made Dexter's Lab. I'm sure that's the purpose, but as a movie it doesn't work. Like, oh no, we gotta turn the kid into a vampire before they come home. Ooh. I think I've seen that off bloody Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. Next one. Don't be up. But you would think I'm drunk right now, wouldn't you? Pan. I actually recently went to the studio where they filmed this, because I went on a trip to Harry Potter World and got that lovely poster. Anywho, Pan. As a kid, I was a big fan of Peter Pan. I loved the Disney version, obviously. I frankly adored the 2003 Peter Pan. If you've never seen, I can Google it. It's very good. Loved Captain Hook in that. Down the music, theme, beautiful. Oh, in fact, literally right over here, I have a little toy of Peter Pan I used to play with. Legs were a bit wobbly, feel like Ashens. We've always reviews toys. Golly. Oh. Imagine being on an airplane with that guy. Huh. Peter Pan, okay, want me to best describe why I don't really like this movie? It's based during World War II, and when Peter Pan goes to Neverland, they play Smells Like Teenage Spirit by Nirvana. Does that make sense? It didn't make sense to me either. It felt very out of place. Oh, and actually making fun of this movie is quite fun too, because the man who plays, because this is a prequel, man, I'm gonna compliment by saying it could be like go with Attack of the Clones there, you prequel. Anywho, the guy who plays Captain Hook, who eventually becomes Captain Hook, do you want me to describe his acting? Okay, this was his acting in the movie. Always leaning forward, having like one eye open a lot. Okay. And always having his mouth to the side, and always like tilting his head, and attempting an American accent. So basically, when he introduces himself, like, this is how he sounds. Name's James Hook. That was a terrible impression, but you can YouTube the trailer. It could compare to Eddie Redmayne as the guy from Jupiter Ascending. Coincidence. But don't worry, I'll talk about that later on. Don't worry, it's not part of this or anything. But okay, Pan. Didn't like it. Hugh Jackman again. I think he was having the most fun in it. He was actually quite good, better than bloody Chappie. I'm struggling to remember what really happened in that movie. Is that forgettable, and it won't be remembered. I'm actually struggling to remember what happened in the bloody thing. What stands out in my mind is like, I don't know, the Nirvana, the Captain Hook, Tiger Lily, who's played by, it doesn't matter really. If I think of it, there was Pixie Dust, there was the sword fight, very bad CGI at moments. It doesn't actually give the backstory setting up like, oh, how does Peter Pan and Hook become enemies? Don't show that. Yeah, it's actually quite so forgettable. I'm just going to move on. Number 3. This is on everyone's worst list. The Jupiter Ascending. Jupiter Ascending. Directed by people who made The Matrix. I didn't like it. Well, I like The Matrix. This didn't like. Why? Convoluted, overly long, boring. Have to read a bloody book just to understand what was going on. Humour is very awkward and out of place, like a bloody 5-minute scene of them, making her officially queen, and there's a lot of silent moments, and it's trying to be funny, but it's not. Very monotoned acting, and just really, again, weird, awkward moments, like, Mila Kunis saying, I like dogs, I've always liked dogs, and saying she had a crush on bloody Channing Tatum. I like Channing Tatum, he was good in 21 Jump Street. I like Mila Kunis. Funny in Ted, Family Guy, I guess. Not in Oz. Terrible as Wicked Witch. I just wanted to point out there, I didn't like that. Opinion, loud and proud. Anywho, Jupiter Ascending. Jupiter Ascending, yes, sir. Oh yes, Eddie Redmayne. Apparently he was also at the bloody studio I recently went to, the Harry Potter tour. He was literally right next door. I'm sure he heard about it by now. He deserved that Oscar for Theory of Everything, for goodness sake. But this, hopefully that didn't affect that, because he sounded like a very deep voice version of the first Dumbledore. He sounded like this. He speaks very quiet, and in suddenly at loud moments he just randomly shouts and sounds like a spoiled little child going like, "I will destroy the world," or something like that. I can't bloody remember. Actually, I was when it finished, I was just looking on the Wikipedia page, and it kept going and going of the plot, just to understand it, and I was like, wait, I don't care, that was awful. I actually heard people around me going out like, well, that was very boring, because it was very boring. I felt like I was there for ages, and yes, some things were good, yes, just because on the worst list. I mean, movies have flaws, but even bad movies had at least one or two good things. This movie has good things, has good CGI, had good production design, like Tomorrowland. Both movies that came out last year had good like production design and a bit creative, and it has some fun action moments. But when it comes to repeating the same thing of having Channing Tatum save Mila Kunis whenever she's about to get in trouble, that got boring fast. And I know, Mila Kunis going like, oh, I'm just a normal everyday girl, I'm not special. Anywho, you should have stuck. The Matrix was good, just keep that in mind. Anywho. Next one. Number 2. Fantastic World.
All around me are familiar faces.
Fantastic Four. This thing. I'm running out of energy. Fantastic Four. Everyone, you know the drill. It's bad. It's bad. It's one of the most messiest and poorly planned out things. I mean, I'm sure there's worse, but as a big blockbuster Hollywood movie that came from 20th Century Fox, based off Marvel characters, and has apparently a really good director. I don't know, I've never seen Chronicle. It's ridiculous. I mean, I've heard alleges, whatever the word is, of the director being drunk and high, not showing up to set, like them 20th Century Fox locking him out of the editing suite. This is bloody unprofessional, 20th Century Fox. They're going to say you were so scared that your movie was going to fail and it couldn't be up there and you weren't going to compete with Marvel, that you had to bloody rush and edit it to death so much that scenes that was in the trailer wasn't even in it. Like when the thing falls out of the plane, wasn't in it at all. No, wasn't in it. And anyway, Fan 4 Stick, I'm gonna keep calling it that, it's funnier to say. Fan 4 Stick. Yeah. Oh gosh, that's dumb. I hate when people do movies do that. Look, it's 7N. Fantastic Four. You've all heard of it, like how Invisible Woman's wig kept changing, how Doctor Doom shows up in the last 20 minutes and just randomly says, I want to destroy the world. You know, average Wednesday, just want to destroy the world, and he's basically a mannequin and a glow stick. I think I stole that from somewhere. Some of these opinions are mine, okay, some of them are original. What else? The fact that it has some terrible CGI effects. The fact that it mostly focuses on how they actually go somewhere to get their powers, rather than focusing on them being actual people. And you know, and instead we get conversations like, "Hi, I'm Richard. Hi, I'm Susan," and it's just these one-note conversations, and by people who are really good actors. Mr. Fantastic, he was in Whiplash, and now he's in this, and now it's forgotten. Michael B. Jordan, he was in Creed. Now it's forgotten. Now this thing is forgotten. You can wipe it off your resume. I don't know what the guy did Whiplash. I think he's in the new Divergent movie. I doubt that will. I don't know. I doubt that'll we can forget about Fantastic Four, but he's still a good actor. I've seen him in Whiplash. He was in Creed. You were good. I mean, you were all good. You seem very bored. I'm talking to them, guys. You didn't. I'm sorry, guys. You didn't make the cut. Heck, the Invisible Girl, can't remember her name. She was in The Martian. The guy who played the Thing, can't remember. The guy who was in The Mask, wasn't it though? Who played Invisible Woman's dad, Human Torch's dad. who cares if the Human Torch was black? Doesn't really matter. Again, why do I keep going back to that? Fantastic Four. You should have tried harder. You unprofessional, boring, just messy, terrible, just film. Didn't like it. No, as literally everyone keeps saying. Like, it's kind of beaten over our heads by now. But no Fantastic Four 2. What would they call it? Fan 4 Stick 2? Fantastic. I'd rather watch the bloody, you know, older Fantastic Four films. You know, Silver Surfer and Chris Evans. Those I watched those other kids. I actually found them bloody entertaining more than this, because those were actually, because Fantastic Four just admit it, they're kind of silly, and I actually embraced it a bit, because, you know, not the most serious idea. I talk too much. You're all nodding your heads, aren't you? You're like chilling with me, ranting about these bloody movies. Number 1. Many people, yes, pretty a lot, a vast majority of people's number 1 for top 10 best was Star Wars. Because I had to be honest. I couldn't just go, I want to be different, I want to choose Lady in the Van instead. No, I had to be honest. It was Star Wars. But as for worse, many people chose 50 Shades of Grey. And no, when seeing that, I wasn't going to voluntarily go see it, because I would have felt like I failed myself, and I have no self-respect, because I would have been I would have been old enough to see it, but I would have been a 16-year-old sitting in a room full of strangers watching 2 people have sex, and honestly, that's kind of awkward. That sounds really awkward, and yeah, and that I would have probably been one of the only males there. Dan, I've heard is awful. I've seen clips, I've seen reviews. I could see it's terrible, and I wasn't going to put myself through that. But no, it isn't my number 1. In fact, this film, I've seen a couple worse lists. This isn't on them. This isn't number 1. And I saw this film. Paul Blart, Mall Cop 2. This isn't the title. Rise of the Stupid Fat Kevin James. On a Segway. Sorry for calling you fat, mate. No, but when you made this movie, I'm a bit mad at you right now. Okay. It's right in front of me. This, when I was younger, I watched this, and I found, again, a lot of other films I watched as younger. I looked past how stupid and idiotic it was, and found it entertaining. Like, the fat guy on the Segway fell over, it was funny. And how is a fat guy stopping a bloody heist on a mall? That's something. And how he gets with the, you know, hot girl, you know, because, you know, if Adam Sandler can do it, sure can Kevin James. But for some reason, people were like crying in the streets for Paul Blart Mall Cop 2. They wanted it so bad. It was insane, and finally they were like, fine, we're gonna give you a Paul Blart Mall Cop 2. I'm kidding, nobody wanted this. This came out of nowhere. Why does this exist? Let's make more sequels to films that no one wants. Let's make a bloody, if I'm gonna look down my list, this my films, let's make a bloody, let me find a good example. Let me find a film over here that so deserves a sequel. Or let's make a Evan Almighty 2, because we all want to have Evan Almighty 2. But no, this. I went this for because I could see it for free, and apparently I have nothing else better to do. And I saw the first one. I thought, why not? I know it'll be awful. Mega, stop making noise and complaining about Paul Blart. Stop ruining my top 10 list. Paul Blart, Mall Cop 2. Okay, not only was the movie bad, not only was... I'm actually trying to do it now, go! Not only was the movie bad, not only did it fail in pretty much every aspect of comedy, but at least in my opinion, some people might just laugh their heads off at this as if it was an Alvin and the Chipmunks film. But this, oh, let me think of one of the jokes. You're not going to see it. I won't let you. I care about you too much. you random stranger. Paul Blart, his mum gets hit by a car. Actually shows it as well. Apparently he thinks that's funny. Yeah, we're repeating the joke that he's fat and he falls over a lot. Apparently that's funny. But I find that more funny on the bloody YouTube than this. That is messy. It's just stupid. It's not funny. It's idiotic. It doesn't even need to exist. And it has one of the worst CGI effects I've seen all year. Besides Fantastic Four, just now when he was he changed his face in Fantastic Four, Fan Four Stick, but here and at the end he gets kicked by a horse. I will show the clip, but I think 3 seconds of it will have Sony just rob me of the no money I'm making off this because they need all the cent they can get from this failing. So yeah, I hated this film. Even I'm not even gonna watch. I haven't watched the first Paul Blart in a long time, and just thinking about what I remember, I realise how dumb and stupid it is. Yeah, is the equivalent of an Adam Sandler film, a comedy that just it doesn't try. It doesn't try. And I don't. Kevin James, sure you're a nice guy, but I don't really think it doesn't really launch you to like international stardom. More than you already aren't. So yeah, but you know the cinema experience was even more fun. Heck, like when it was mostly filled with 10-year-olds just shouting and screaming and possibly throwing stuff, and even people even as going out, I think even a 7-year-old said, "Wow, that was crap," and I wanted to applaud him. but anywho, heck. Reminded me of my experience of watching Pan in the first during the adverts, and in the first 2 minutes there was a bunch of annoying girls that you know of from Bristol, and just going like, oh my gosh, no she didn't, oh my gosh, and just laughing at every single thing and just being annoying and high pitched and flashing their phones everywhere, and then literally a person from the back went shut up, and it was funny because it was an adult, and even an old man went and complained and they got him out. So that was actually the most entertaining part of that movie. And talking really fast because yes, ranting about worst movies can be fun to watch, but not fun to me because I have to remember that I didn't have a good time with them. My throat's getting dry. Because I talked so much. Anywho, best movies, worst movies. I like those best movies there. They're good. These are not. No, that's the thumbnail right there. You can tell I'm losing it, can't you? The poster's gone. Yeah, there you go. That's done now. Before the end of January. I don't feel obligated now. And I'm not going to make a top 10 films I'm looking forward to 2016. Hopefully you can just wait till the end for the top 10 list. Or maybe you'll get a review or two when my voice isn't actually hydrated. So yeah. No, I'm not going to end it by jumping like last time. If you ever got to the end, I'm really proud of that joke. Probably didn't. As soon as you saw Star Wars, you probably left. Anyway, before this is 50 minutes long, please tell me it isn't. Thank you for watching. Subscribe. I don't know. You could do what you want, really. I'm damaged right now. Hopefully you found this as fun as I did. Hopefully you like these top 10 lists. Hopefully you like the fact that I actually made a video. Maybe you hate it. Maybe you don't like me. I'm sorry about that. I'll go change myself if you want, but now I'm not. I'll take too much effort because I have to put my different trousers on. That's a joke. Okay. I don't want to linger. You have to go eat your tea. Thank you. Bye. Hope you enjoyed the list and stuff. I'm just gonna. You know, see you next time. DeanoReviews. I made the list. Good night. Paul Blart.